How to make Framer website responsive. So hello guys and welcome back to today's video. In today's video, let's show you how you could make your Framer websites to have a responsive interaction or a responsive animation, whether you're scrolling or you're clicking on them. We will be showing you the different options that you could do in today's video. So first things first, open the website that you want to modify or play around with animations. The website that you want to integrate animations into and stuff like that. So anyway, over here, currently we're just simply waiting for this to load, and we will be using this page over here as an example over here to make it responsive. So what does responsive mean? Responsive means that your website will react to anything or to a certain reaction or action that you will be doing on the website. Whether it's scrolling or clicking on the images, stuff like that, there should be an interaction. And let's start with the basic. We could click on a specific element. Over here, we have effects. This is the basic thing that we could add. We could add an effect over here wherein if someone hovers on it, presses on it, or drags on it, an action will occur. The most basic one is the hover effect, which will hover, of course, when you hover your mouse on it. So we could make it bigger or smaller. So let's say make it this big. And the transition, let's make it ease and slow. So maybe something very slow like that. You could add some shadows if you prefer, and you could add other certain elements as well. Or we can even make it transparent, just like that. Now, it already has an appear effect over here, meaning once it appear on your screen, it will do a certain reaction. And this one, it's just going to be certain like similar effect, the transition. This is another type of effect that you could have. So clicking on this, we could have loop, drag, and scroll speed as well. Now let's apply the scroll speed on this one over here, on our down picture. So let's put a scroll animation that will be triggered on scroll. I wanted to have a fade out effect or scale out, something like that. And let's have that as it is. And another way for us to be able to make our website or the different element of our website to be responsive is to make it into a component. So I could right click this specific element, create a component, and now I could have a version for this. So let's say I would create a variant wherein if this thing is pressed, as you can see, if this conditions are achieved, I could choose whether or which one over here, something will happen to our photo over here. So this one is now currently on click. And what we could do is I could change the image to something else, or I could change the position or have a different text over here. So maybe we have something different over here, or we could choose a different photo, something like this. And then let's modify our interaction over here. Let me click this. We have click, and then let's add some delay, like maybe 0.6, something like that. And let's save that as it is. Now, let's check out what we've done so far. So we only made a few mini modifications, mini additions. So let's publish this. And let's view our effects over here. So I think I updated it. So let's update it again. Okay, so over here we now have the scroll wherein if I scroll up, let me do the slow version more. There we go. It's actually going to have some effect. So it might not be noticeable, but as you can see, there's something. And we have the website as well. So if I hover, as you can see, it's going to get bigger. It had the shadow and the opacity was weaker. And this one, if I click it, it's going to change to the cat, as you can see. And there's no going back. So we could modify it again so that if this one is clicked, we could go back to our dog. So click, add some effects over here. There we go. And we could also do something for hover. We could have an effect for the hover over here. Maybe we could change the opacity to darker, something like that. And let's try it out. Publish it, update. So whenever you're playing around with the animation, you're going to have to be updating a lot, since the only way to check if it is actually functioning the way you want or the way you like it to, it's going to be on the preview. So hover, as you can see, the opacity got lowered. Oh, let's put it back. Here we go. Opacity is lower. I guess it's having a hard time with the combination of different elements or combination of different things. But as you can see, we have here the the way we want it to go back to the dog is not really working. But anyway, what else can we do? The way we could do interactive is you could use the buttons, take advantage of the buttons. Although there's no direct buttons or direct buttons that you could do, you could add some links on the different buttons over here. Maybe select the button itself. You could add the link over here on a different page. You can see. And you could even add more effects over here, like if it's pressed, there's an effect, certain effect when it's pressed. So let's make it fun. Let's make it bigger when it's pressed. Then close it. Then let's publish it. It's all up to your creativity and how you would be able to give effects to the different elements that you're seeing on the screen. Be creative as to how you would like these elements to interact with each other. When do you want them to be animating? When do you want them to respond to a specific action? What action do you want it to respond to? You're able to control all of those information. So for this one, as you can see, if I click it, it's gonna get big, as you can see. So that's that for the button. So what else can we do? You could take advantage also of the different elements over here that you could add that are all actually responsive. So there are pre-built forms over here where you could use or get some email signups, some icons over here as well, some interactives over here. These are actually things that are responsive, like the language selector, the ticker, the slideshow, the carousel, all of those stuff, the cookie banner. All of these are responsive elements that you could add as well. Similarly, we have social like Trustpilot, like Instagram, Facebook, Google Map, embed codes. All of this are responsive. So, if some of these are applicable or can be placed in your website, I would recommend that you take advantage and utilize them because they are pre-built and you could use them on the get-go or like instantly as you know it. So that's basically it, guys. So if you're satisfied with your design or your how you made your website responsive, simply publish it, add a domain if you want, and then simply launch your website and give the link to other people. So that's basically it, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.